In 1974, deep in a quiet town in northern Germany, a horrific discovery was made. An entire family found murdered in their peaceful country home. The father, the mother, their 2 children, all of them gone. But there was someone missing, the youngest daughter, Lisa. After hours of searching, police finally found her inside a wardrobe. She was holding her favorite doll, dead, with a single bullet in her chest. The doll was soaked in blood. The investigation went nowhere. No signs of forced entry, no witnesses, no motive. The case went cold, and the house was left to rot, a monument to an unsolved tragedy. Fast forward 22 years to 1996. A young couple looking for a bargain bought some old furniture from an estate auction. The items came from that very same house. Tucked away among their purchases was an old wooden box, and inside, a small porcelain doll with haunting glass eyes that never seemed to blink. Thinking it was a charming antique, the mother gave the doll to her daughter for her 5th birthday. At first, the little girl was overjoyed, but then a shadow fell over their home. The girl started whispering to the doll late at night. She drifted away from her friends, her laughter fading into silence. Her world shrank until it contained only one companion, the doll. One evening, her daughter turned to her with a chillingly calm expression and said, "Mom, the doll told me Lisa's father wasn't the killer. The real killer was someone called Uncle Joe." The mother's heart stopped. "Who is Uncle Joe?" she asked, her voice barely a whisper. Her daughter replied, "No one knows him, but the doll does. She said he used to visit Lisa at night, and he hated her family." And that's when the real terror began. The doll started to move on its own. They'd leave it in the living room only to find it sitting on the kitchen counter. Doors would creak open and slam shut by themselves. At night, they'd hear the faint pitter-patter of tiny footsteps echoing down the hallway. The little girl grew more and more withdrawn. When her mother pleaded with her to talk, to explain what was happening, she just whispered, "The doll wants me to be her only friend. She said others will hurt me, just like they hurt Lisa." One morning, the mother went to wake her daughter for breakfast, but the bed was empty. The room was cold. The doll was gone too. Pure panic set in. She searched every room, called every neighbor, her heart pounding in her chest, before she finally called the police. 7 agonizing hours later, a man stumbled into the police station. He was trembling, and in his arms, he carried a little girl, covered in dirt, clutching that same old doll. His voice shook as he explained, "I found her sitting in the cemetery, right beside a grave with the name Lisa on it." When the mother rushed to the station and threw her arms around her daughter, the little girl whispered, so faintly she could barely hear it, "Mom, the doll made me go to Lisa. She said if I didn't, Uncle Joe would come and kill you, Dad, and my brother. So I went." That night, the mother's blood ran cold. She took the doll, locked it back inside its old wooden box, and drove it to a second-hand shop in the next town over, desperate to rid her family of its presence. No one in her family ever saw the doll again. Some stories don't have an ending. They just wait for the next child to listen. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more chilling tales. See you next time.